I'm the youngest of a twin. And we took my family and I, my mom, my dad, my grandmother, we all took DNA tests to figure out how much Irish blood we had, how much Cherokee we wanted to. We know that we are descendants of slaves, so we wanted to connect with possibly some descendants of slave owners, have this big family reunion. And lo and behold, just after taking that test, not only it was just not what we expected, because it was determined from taking that test that my father was not my biological father. That's not what I was looking for. What I was looking for was these other things, but I found out that, hey, you know what? This person and this person don't match. And so I took I ended up taking 5 tests. And finally, from the 5th test, they said, we are 100% sure there's no relationship between you and this man. And so from that 5 years, it's like, okay, if this is not my dad, who's been my dad for 37 years, then who is my dad? Who is he? And so it's just been a journey to try to find out who my biological father is. And so that's where I've been. And it's been a grief journey. And that's what that book is about. It's about the cycles of grief that you go through, because it's not only not knowing a piece of you that you don't know, you don't know what that other piece is. It's also grieving someone that you don't even know. And so it's a grief journey. And in addition to that grief journey, there's also just the rejection, because there are people who are matched to that are close matches, like nephews, like, possibly half siblings or first cousins that could just say, hey, you know what, I can help you identify this person, but they refuse to be involved. And so after just having hope, not getting anywhere with my mom, and just having hope that one day I'm going to identify who my biological father is. It just so happened that I was just riding down the street one day, and after 4 years, I finally got a call from this lady who is my possible half sister. And actually, it was from her son, and the son was the go-between. He said, hey, she's gonna call you tomorrow. Well, tomorrow came and went and no call. And this is after a 4-year wait, So as I was driving down the street a few days later, the Lord just gave me a prophetic word. And the prophetic word was the shut door. And he was just basically saying, I have shut the door. And he just, I just pretty much wrote down what the Lord was saying about he has shut the door. And I just wrote a book regarding just the whole thing, the pain, the process of those who are wanting to know, who feel like, of course I feel like people should have the privilege of knowing who their biological parents are. There are some people who know the relationship about their biological parents, but they choose not to have a relationship. But for people like me, there is no choice when you don't have a name, when you don't have an idea, when you don't have a clue. And so it's just a matter of just being able to go through and process that, even if we can't find our identity, because people like me, we're looking to not only find out, who it is, we want a picture, we want to see who we look like, we want to see, where do our features come from? Do we have mannerisms like this person? We want to know, what is our medical history? What runs in the family? It's all of these different things that we're seeking to know. And so when you have a shut door and you can't get the answers that you need, it's just a matter of, how do we turn to our faith and find out who we are in him. So that's the whole concept of I belong to him. From a spiritual level, I do have a God who my identity should be rooted in him, and I need to know who I am as his daughter. I just want to connect with people like me who feel like who just can't move forward.
want to dig into the book, like, for example, where you are now and whatever vision you have for what you will do with the book and what will grow from the book, and just kind of map that out? Or would you like to talk about the ministry, I Belong to Him?
About the book.
Okay. Now
It's really more so about for the blog.
so the blog is already, you've been writing that regularly on there regularly.
No, ma'am. I have about 11 or 12 posts out there, and I haven't written anything probably in about 3 months.
So you think maybe, so the pre-planned posts that you have, are those the ones you're posting now? They don't necessarily connect with the blog posts because you're not posting as frequently on the blog as you are on social media.
Yeah, so they may link to a blog. It may be something about it may
A
be
past blog.
about a past blog, yeah, but nothing fresh is up. I mean, I wrote like maybe something. The most recent was about COVID-19 and about maybe George Floyd incident, and how that relates to Black pain. But I don't have anything, recent from that, because I did start that doctorate degree program, and that's when I started really, my capacity has been tested. So it's like, okay, God, what are we gonna do? So I was thinking about, once I get the book released, that I may just kind of archive the blog and turn I Belong to Him, just advertise the book, and then just have the blog that's, I'm just trying to figure out, I was thinking about maybe, archiving that blog and then just turning the first page of I Belong to Him with information about the book, where people can, purchase the book. And the book is not just about telling my story. Of course, it's going to have application, reflection for people to tell their own story, so it can help minister to them, because it's like a journey. To shut the door is like I'm bringing the reader alongside of my journey, and as I'm going chapter to chapter telling my story, I'm also encouraging them.
You would basically shift from the blog to, I don't want to say vlog, but if you go from spending time on the blog to YouTube, then that is kind of like a video log, like a blog, but video. Yeah. And so it's not so, then you could point people to the book release and to whatever those videos are. So maybe if you have limited time, it would make sense to like brainstorm what, if you were going to do one video a week, or how frequently you would do a video. I think you said twice a week or once a week. No, that was for Instagram.
Yeah, so I was just thinking about maybe setting aside a Sunday or a weekend, one day on the weekend a month, and just kind of do several, because it's not going to be live. It's not going to be live right now. It's just going to be pre-recorded to just talk about some few things, and then also try to facilitate some type of discussion.
How would the timing work for the prayer calendar and the prayer cast? Is that after the book, along with the book, video, audio?
Yeah, it's going to be audio. Well, actually, it's going to be audio overlaid over video, but not video like you see me now video. The video is going to be more so like a commercial, like more so words. Words. I want something. My son is into video production, so something where there's text overlay, certain words, and maybe some graphics or whatever, but not actual people. And so that may be, as far as the timing, I don't know, because I was thinking about, I'll probably do something maybe for the launch of the book. It's just one of those things, like sometimes you know what to do, but sometimes you need to be reminded. And I just had so much stuff in my head, but I just thank you for, being able to map this out.
I can never relate to what was that like for her, to your point of connecting with other people like you. She had a little tiny clue, but not enough that she could really do anything with. And I never really, I'll never know what that was like for her. So I can imagine there's other people out there also, who, depending on what stage in life, like you found out in your late 30s, she found out, I believe, when she was over 50. So wow.
Yeah, there's a private group on Facebook of people who are finding this out. It's about probably somewhere around 6,000 to 7,000 people. There are people in their 70s and their 80s finding out that their father, who they thought were their father, is not their biological father. They're all finding out from the result of DNA tests.